My name is Marcus. I'm 34 now. But this story starts when I was 26. Fresh out of college, full of dreams, and stupid enough to trust the wrong person. His name was Derek, my best friend since sophomore year. We started a small digital marketing agency together, just the two of us. A laptop, a dream, and a handshake deal. No lawyers, no contracts, just trust. We split everything 50-50, every client, every dollar, every late night. I handled the creative work. He managed the numbers and client relations. We were good, really good. Within 6 months, we had 12 clients. Within a year, we were making $8,000 a month. I remember those days clearly. Coffee at 6 a.m., calls until midnight. We believed in each other. Derek would smile and say, "We're building an empire, brother." I believed him. We had a shared bank account. We paid ourselves equally. We celebrated every win together. But then, small things started to change. He started missing meetings, said he was networking. He'd check his phone constantly, then hide the screen when I walked by. Our shared account statements? Suddenly, he was too busy to review them with me. I ignored it, told myself I was paranoid. I trusted him. That was my first mistake. It started with a text message I wasn't supposed to see. We were at a coffee shop. Derek went to the bathroom. His phone lit up on the table. Transfer confirmed, $2,500. Thanks for the referral fee. Referral fee? We didn't do referral fees. My stomach dropped. I stared at that screen. My mind went blank. When he came back, I asked him about it. Casual, calm. "Oh, that? Just a side thing. Don't worry about it." Side thing? We were partners. There were no side things. I let it go. But I couldn't sleep that night. Something felt wrong. The next week, I did something I never thought I'd do. I checked our company account without telling him. There were transactions I didn't recognize, small ones. $300 here, $500 there, all marked as business expenses. But I never approved them. I called our biggest client, asked how much they paid us last month. $4,000, she said. Same as always. But our books showed $3,200. $800 was missing. I felt sick, physically sick. I confronted Derek that evening, showed him the numbers, asked him to explain. He laughed, actually laughed. "Marcus, you're overthinking it. I moved some money around for taxes. Relax." But his eyes didn't match his smile. He was lying. I pushed harder, demanded to see the bank statements for the last 6 months. He got defensive, angry, said I didn't trust him. "After everything we've built, you think I'd steal from you?" That's when I knew. He wasn't denying it. He was deflecting. I hired an accountant, paid her $500 out of my own pocket, asked her to audit everything quietly. 2 weeks later, she called me. Her voice was careful, professional. "Marcus, you need to see this." Derek had been siphoning money for 8 months, small amounts, always under $1,000, nothing that would trigger alerts. Total, $5,200. But it wasn't just about the money. He'd been registering clients under a separate LLC, his own company, using our resources, our contacts, our work. He was building his exit, and I was funding it. I sat in my car that night, stared at the report. My hands were shaking. Not from anger, from betrayal. This was my best friend, the guy I trusted with everything. I called him, told him I knew. He didn't apologize. He didn't explain. He just said, "Business is business, Marcus. Grow up." Then he hung up. 3 days later, he emptied the company account, took every dollar, sent me a text. "Consider this my resignation. Good luck." I lost the business, lost the clients, lost $5,000, but worst of all, I lost my ability to trust. I was 26, broken, and alone. But they made one mistake. They thought I was broken. I didn't cry. I didn't rage. I didn't post about it online. I got quiet. For 3 months, I worked 2 jobs, saved every dollar, lived on instant ramen and pride. I rebuilt, slowly, painfully. I started freelancing again, took every client I could find, worked 16-hour days. But every night before I slept, I'd think about Derek. Not with anger, with clarity. I wanted him to feel what I felt. but I wanted it to hurt more, so I made a plan. A long one. First, I reached out to every client Derek stole, quietly, professionally. I didn't badmouth him. I just offered better service, better prices, better results. Within a year, I won back 6 of them. Derek's new company? It started bleeding clients. But I wasn't done yet. I tracked his business, watched his growth, studied his patterns. He was good at sales, terrible at operations. His clients loved him at first, then left him. I saw the cracks forming, and I waited. Year 2. I hired 2 employees, started scaling, built systems Derek never understood. Year 3, I landed a major client, a $50,000 contract, my biggest ever. Derek heard about it, sent me a congratulations message, fake, patronizing. I didn't reply. Year 4, I started attending the same industry events he did, made connections, built my reputation. People started choosing me over him, not because I told them to, because I was better. Year 5, Derek's company hit financial trouble. I heard it through the grapevine. Overextended, bad hires, cash flow problems. I smiled, but I still waited. Year 6, he tried to sell, put his company on the market, asked for $150,000. No one bid. His reputation had caught up to him. Clients warned each other. Don't work with Derek. Year 7, the price dropped, $80,000, then $50,000, then $30,000. I watched, patient, cold. Year 8, he was desperate, about to shut down, facing bankruptcy. That's when I made my move. I called him, first time in 8 years. Derek, it's Marcus. Silence, then. Marcus, why are you calling? I heard your company's for sale. He hesitated. Yeah, it is. Why? I want to buy it. Another silence. Longer this time. You? You can't afford it. I smiled. Try me. I'll give you $20,000. Cash, today. He laughed, bitter, broken. That's insulting. Take it or leave it, Derek. It's more than you'll get from anyone else. He knew I was right. 2 weeks later, we met at a lawyer's office. I handed him a cashier's check. $20,000. He signed the papers. Wouldn't look me in the eye. As I stood up to leave, I finally spoke. You stole $5,000 from me 8 years ago. Told me to grow up, remember? He looked up. His face was pale. I did grow up, Derek. I grew up enough to buy your entire life's work for pocket change. I walked out, left him sitting there. I didn't feel victorious. I felt complete. But what came next changed me forever. I absorbed Derek's company into mine, kept 2 of his employees, let the rest go with severance. His client list? Mostly toxic. I only kept 3 accounts. The rest? I shut down, closed the LLC, erased his brand. Within 3 months, there was no trace of Derek's company, like it never existed. But something strange happened after that. I couldn't enjoy it. I thought revenge would feel sweet, victorious, satisfying. Instead, I felt empty. I'd spent 8 years building toward this moment. And now that it was over, I didn't know what to do. My business was thriving. I had 15 employees. Revenue hit $1.2 million that year. But I felt hollow. I started seeing a therapist, told her everything. She asked me a question I'll never forget. Marcus, did you build your success to prove him wrong? Or to prove yourself right? I didn't have an answer. The truth? I'd spent 8 years obsessed with Derek. Every decision I made was about beating him. I didn't build my business for me. I built it against him. And that realization broke something in me. Around that time, I got a message from Derek. He didn't apologize. He didn't beg. He just wrote, I know I don't deserve a response, but I need you to know something. What I did to you was the worst mistake of my life. Not because you came back and won, but because I lost the only real friend I ever had. I destroyed something good because I was greedy and scared. I see that now. You were always better than me, Marcus, not just at business, at being a decent human. I hope you find peace. I never will. I read that message 50 times. I wanted to feel satisfaction, to feel like I'd won. But I just felt sad. For him. For me. For the friendship we lost. I didn't reply, not because I was angry, but because there was nothing left to say. 3 months later, I found out Derek moved to another state, took a job as a sales manager, started over. Part of me wanted to track him, to make sure he stayed down, but I didn't. I let him go. Because I realized something. Revenge didn't heal me. It just distracted me from the pain. Healing came later, slowly. It came when I hired someone I didn't trust at first, and gave them a chance anyway. It came when I mentored a young entrepreneur who reminded me of myself at 26. It came when I started building my business for joy, not for proof. I started traveling, took weekends off, laughed more, worried less. I even dated again, something I'd avoided for years. One evening, I was closing up the office. It was late. Everyone had gone home. I looked around at the team I'd built, the life I'd created, and for the first time in 8 years, I didn't think about Derek. I thought about me, about how far I'd come, how much I'd survived. I thought about the 26-year-old kid who got betrayed and broken, and I wished I could tell him, it's going to be okay. You're going to be okay. A few weeks later, I got a wedding invitation from an old mutual friend. Derek's name wasn't on the guest list. I almost didn't go, but I did. At the reception, someone mentioned Derek, said he was doing okay, working hard, keeping his head down. I felt nothing, no anger, no satisfaction, just indifference. And that's when I realized I'd finally let go. The revenge wasn't buying his company. That was just a transaction. The real revenge was building a life so full that he didn't matter anymore. I never spoke to Derek again. I don't plan to. But I don't hate him either. He taught me something valuable. Betrayal reveals who people are, but how you respond reveals who you are. I could have stayed bitter, stayed broken, stayed stuck. Instead, I became someone I'm proud of. Someone who builds instead of destroys. Someone who trusts carefully but still trusts. Someone who knows that the best revenge isn't hurting them back. It's healing yourself. And that's when I realized this story wasn't about them anymore. It's been 2 years since I bought Derek's company. My business is worth $3.5 million now. We have 28 employees, clients in 7 countries. But the number I'm most proud of? 0. That's how many nights I've lost sleep thinking about Derek. I used to check his LinkedIn profile obsessively, see what he was doing, where he was working. Now? I don't even remember the last time I looked. I moved to a new city last year, bought a house with a view, adopted a dog named Charlie. I wake up happy, most days at least. I built something real, something that's mine, something no one can take from me. But here's the twist. I'm grateful, not for the betrayal. That part still hurts when I think about it, but for what it forced me to become. If Derek hadn't cheated me, I might have stayed comfortable, stayed small, stayed dependent on someone else. He broke me. But breaking is sometimes the first step to rebuilding. And when you rebuild yourself, you get to choose the blueprint. I chose resilience. I chose integrity. I chose growth. Last month, I spoke at a business conference, told a version of this story. Afterward, a young woman came up to me. She was crying. My business partner just stole from me, she said. I don't know what to do. I looked at her, saw myself at 26. Scared, broken, lost. I told her what I wish someone had told me. Right now, it feels like the end, but it's not. It's the beginning. You get to decide what you build next, and trust me, you're going to build something incredible. She hugged me, thanked me. I walked away feeling lighter than I had in years because I realized my pain had purpose. It made me stronger, wiser, kinder, and now I get to help others do the same. Derek stole $5,000 from me, but in trying to destroy me, he gave me something priceless, the fire to build a life he could never touch. I don't know where he is now. I don't care. I hope he's okay. I genuinely do. Not because I forgive him, but because I'm free. Free from anger, free from bitterness, free from the need for his validation. I won, not by destroying him, but by building myself. And that's the kind of victory that lasts. Betrayal broke me, but it also rebuilt me into someone stronger, someone better, someone whole. And if I had to choose between being the person I was before the betrayal or the person I am now, I'd choose now, every single time. So here's what I learned. Revenge isn't always about payback. Sometimes it's about peace. It's about proving to yourself that you're stronger than what broke you. If you've ever trusted someone who hurt you, I hope this story reminds you. You're not defined by their betrayal. You're defined by how you rise after. You don't need to destroy them. You just need to build yourself. And when you do, when you finally stand in a life you created from scratch, that's when you realize they didn't break you. They just revealed how unbreakable you really are. So take the pain, take the lesson, and build something beautiful. Because the best revenge isn't getting even, it's getting better. If this story hit you, drop a comment. Tell me your experience. You're not alone. And if you want to hear more real stories about betrayal, karma, and redemption, hit that subscribe button. Stay with me, because I've got more stories to tell. And trust me, they only get more intense from here. This is Marcus, and this is my story. Thank you for listening.